Today we're playing some post-ban The Epic Storm, and I'm pretty excited about it. Let's go check it out. We're back. I haven't recorded a video in over a week, about a week and a half if I'm being honest, and that's because I was waiting for the BNR. Also, I had a large queue of videos that needed to get out, and I was returning to work from paternity leave, so I figured why not take a mini vacation from recording, and I'll let that queue run out, and that way when the ban happens, I'll have new content, and that's what we're doing today. It's Tuesday, November 11th, the day after the banning, and I'm playing my favorite deck, the Epic Storm and Legacy, and it's thanks to community member Pizza who wanted to see my post-ban Epic Storm list. So thank you to Pizza for submitting this donation deck. And when you look at the deck, it honestly hasn't changed much. In the last video, or the last sideboard guide I put out, I don't actually remember if I recorded it, I was playing one main deck copy of Galvanic Relay. I'm not doing that. And the big reason why is I think that threat density of Thoughtseize matters more. Having access to this card more often is meaningful. The experiment with one Galvanic Relay was fun. It's my favorite Magic card, let's be honest. But I think the third Thoughtseize wins more games, and ultimately that's what I'm in the business of. I want to win the most games possible with this deck. So we're playing 3 Thoughtseize in the main deck, and then in the sideboard we have Carpet of Flowers. This is a card that is returned, and it's because I'm expecting a lot of Dimir tempo in the metagame, and along with a lot of Izzet Quarry Steel Cutter. So those are decks that I think are big winners of the ban and restricted announcement. Other decks that are winners, Oops All Spells and Mystic Forge. So some people were just screaming from the rooftops like, hey, we can play 3 Galvanic Relay in the main deck again. Well, it's really good against Izzet Quarry Steel Cutter and Dimir tempo. It's not very good against Mystic Forge combo or Oops All Spells. And I think that having access to Thoughtseize is good against all 4 of those decks. With Thoughtseize, you can obviously discard a Force of Negation, Karn the Great Creator, their creature like Balustrade Spy. It just does more and more matchups. But on top of that, you can use it to discard your own copy of Echo of Eons, so that way you're not as reliant on Lion's Eye Diamond as often. So I think Thoughtseize is actually the glue card here, and I played this deck list in a league last night, and I went 4-1, losing the 5-0 to Cephalid Breakfast Game 3 because they had double Orum's Chant. I would have beaten one, but the second one got me. So it happens. I'm really excited to play this today because I think it's a strong list. I'm also really looking forward to Boomerang Basics coming out with the Avatar set, but it's not here yet. So I'm sure I'll have another video with Boomerang Basics in a couple weeks when that set releases, but this is what I've got for now. Let me know what you think about this deck list and the Epic Storm in the comment section down below in Legacy moving forward, but for now we're going to hop on in and play match number 1, and I will see you there. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, early access to videos, exclusive members only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, sideboard guides, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, like theepicstorm.com/shop or submitting a donation deck via theepicstorm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic. Welcome to match number 1. We're facing Delver Legend Silvio Otaro, and we are on the play. Alright, so we don't have a protection spell. The Mox Opals aren't active. I mean, you have mana versus the Days Wasteland deck. It's just, is this hand actually good? I don't think so. I'm going to send it back. This one's a little bit better. We'll keep. I'll get rid of the Burning Wish. And I'll play Commercial District. No, I don't want a Chrome Mox. That can go away. They play Volcanic Island and a Dragon's Rage Channeler. We draw another Lotus Petal. I'm going to just play the Verdant Catacombs and pass. My plan is to, on their end step, grab the Undercity Sewers and Surveil, and then next turn we'll Brainstorm. They Surveil away a Dragon's Rage Channeler. And they shuffled. Scalding Tarn. They fetch. So they have land, sorcery, creature. They're looking for Delirium right now, using a Thundering Falls. And they kept the card on top. They swing for 1, we'll go to 19, and we'll fetch. Grab the Undercity Sewers. I don't want to gamble. Burning Catacombs. So I could just Burning Wish for Galvanic Relay here. Kinda like that. Plays through Days. They'd have to use a Force of Will. And we'll grab the Galvanic Relay. Pass. They play Scalding Tarn. 6 cards in their hand. I go to 17. We will play Brainstorm. Okay. I think I would like to put the Song of Creation. I've played my land, right? No, I haven't. I have not played a land. Song of Creation Gamble. And then we'll play out Lotus Petal. They let that go. Play another Lotus Petal. Play the Scalding Tarn. The question is, do I want the Song of Creation on top of the deck? Or would I rather shuffle and save a mana source? Because I could imprint the Gamble and then use a Petal, and I'd have Song of Creation Gamble on top. But do I think that Song of Creation is actually going to resolve? That's the question. I think I'm going to keep the Gamble in my hand, and then I'll just fetch twice and play the Relay. We'll grab Badlands, and now we'll grab like Taiga. We don't need multiple blue sources. And now a Galvanic Relay for 5. Dark Ritual, Scalding Tarn, Chrome Mox. Would like some protection. Underground Sea. Diamond. That was not very good. So my current game plan would be gamble for Runehorn Hellkite, assuming that it resolves the gamble. That was a bad 5 cards. They play Tamiyo Inquisitive Student. They still have 5 cards in hand. Okay. We find another Lion's Eye Diamond. We'll play Diamond from hand, play the Underground Sea, and all I can do here is attempt to gamble and hope that it resolves. If it resolves, I grab Runehorn Hellkite, and they let it go, which is a mistake on their part. So now we'll play the Lion's Eye Diamond. And if they have a Force of Will, they should probably use it on the mana. I suppose they could have used the Runehorn Hellkite first. I just end up with less flexibility if they counter, or like if they let the diamond go, I have way more flexibility with my mana. Where if I need to use this for mana post Hellkite, it introduces risk. So if this resolves, the upside is worth it. But if they force it, maybe I should have used the Runehorn Hellkite first. They're going to fetch in response. Hardcast Force of Negation. Yep. Okay. So now they'll surveil with the Dragon's Rage Channeler. They have 4 cards in their hand. I think I'll just use the Runehorn Hellkite now. Alright, Runehorn Hellkite. Let's see what 4 cards they discard. Daze and a Force of Will. The Tamiyo transforms. I'll play a Mox Opal. And let's Brainstorm. Get rid of the Gaia's Will. We've already played a land. Let's attempt a Dark Ritual. They're F6, it would appear. Let's Thoughtseize them. Yeah, they have nothing. Take the Brainstorm. I think I have to hardcast the Echo of Eons. So I'll imprint Brainstorm, play the other Mox Opal, and then we'll play Dark Ritual, and let's draw 7. I still have a Chrome Mox in exile that I can play. Alright, that wasn't terrible. We'll play the Chrome Mox, imprint Beseech the Mirror, play the Diamond, and I'll play Burning Wish, and I'll add 3 black. So if they Force of Will this, I could Echo of Aeons, but it looks like they're going to let it go. And I'll grab Tendrils of Agony. So we're going to win game number 1 over Izzet Delver. And a quite skilled pilot. Nice. In this matchup, we want to bring in Carpet of Flowers and Beseiju who endures. I've been trying boarding out Mox Opal, because you're bringing in 4 mana sources that are better. Like, Carpet's just better against the island deck, and Beseiju beats Null Rod. I'm expecting an uptick in Null Rod's post-ban, because people expect it to beat the Mystic Forge combo deck. So this reduces the number of artifacts in your deck, but also gives you more stable mana that doesn't lose to Null Rod or Meltdown. So I think that this is a fine change. Some people ask, like, why don't you board out Chrome Mox? Chrome Mox is actually the best thing in the deck with Beseech the Mirror. And if you were to board out Chrome Mox, you only have 8 other artifacts to enable Metalcraft for Mox Opal, which I don't believe is personally enough. So I like keeping in the Chrome Mox. And why is Chrome Mox the best thing with Beseech the Mirror? Well, you get to make a mana, you can bargain it away with the Beseech the Mirror, and then with Gaia's Will, you replay the Chrome Mox and makes another mana, and you can bargain it away. It's just so good. Mox Opal is better assuming you have Metalcraft, but you don't always have Metalcraft, and especially when you're boarding out Chrome Mox. Game number 2 on the draw. This is a fine hand I will keep. They play a Misty Rainforest. Okay. We draw another Chrome Mox. That was not the best. And now they fetch with the Misty Rainforest or a Thundering Falls. They kept the card on top. And now they ponder. They shuffle. No land drop. Okay. We'll fetch on the end step. So this means they probably have a good amount of counter magic. We'll grab Commercial District. Gives me green for the Boseiju if we need it. Also Carpet of Flowers. I'll keep the Verdant Catacombs versus the Wasteland Days deck. Play it and pass. Now they Brainstorm. They found land number 2 with the Scalding Tarn. I wouldn't mind drawing a Brainstorm, I'll be honest. Convert these Chrome Moxes into something a little bit more useful. We're fetching. There's a pause here. They could be playing Stifle, I suppose. We'll grab Undercity Sewers. Carpet of Flowers. I think I'd like to keep that. We'll play Badlands and the Carpet of Flowers. It resolves. I'm not going to use it and we'll pass the turn. They search out Volcanic Island, 8 cards in their hand. Mishra's Bauble. And now they look at our top card. They're just on the full control route here. They dropped 8 cards in hand. We draw a Scalding Tarn. I'll just play it and pass. I don't need to... If they're going to, like, just do nothing, I don't need to do anything. Like, patience is my friend here. End step, they Brainstorm. Alright, so they're drawing up to 9 cards. So they probably want to play something here. Dragon's Rage Channeler. And it looks like they might be going to clean up. And they are. Wow, okay. Gets rid of Surgical Extraction. Ooh, I drew Underground Sea. Not a good draw. Okay. I will play the Underground Sea and pass the turn. They attack for 3. I will go to 15. I only have 1 fetchable left in the deck at this point. They discarded Daze. No way! Come on! Oh, wow. I guess I should have used the fetch land. I was keeping it for a possible draw of Brainstorm. I'll just play the Taiga and pass the turn. They have 8 cards in their hand. They attack for 3. I'll go to 12. And they're just going to go to cleanup again. Discards Hydroblast. We draw Thoughtseize. I mean, their hand has to be pretty good if this is what they're discarding. And I think I'll just pass the turn. So they swing this, will put me to 9. Discards Consign to Memory. Another land. Brutal. We'll play Boseiju Who Endures. And pass the turn. Alright, I'm at 6. So I need to do something soon. They're going to go to cleanup again. Discards Preordain. Another Burning Wish. Let's add... We'll add 2 black. And we'll attempt a Thoughtseize. That's a lot of interaction. Okay, so double Force of Will, Force of Negation, Daze, double Consign to Memory. We'll take the Hydroblast because it's a 1-mana counter for the Burning Wishes. And then we'll just hardcast Beseech the Mirror to see if this resolves. They let it go. Interesting. So if I could resolve the Lion's Eye Diamond, that is really good because then I can Runehorn Hellkite. But the question is, does Diamond resolve versus a hand with double Consign to Memory? We'll grab the Hellkite. I'm at 4. We'll play Burning Wish. Try to use up some of our mana here. They let it go. Interesting. So I wonder if I'm supposed to try to bait them with the Tendrils of Agony, so that way they don't use Consign to Memory on my Diamond. I'll grab the Tendrils, and I'll pass the turn. So after the attack, I'll be at 1. If I wheel them into a Lightning Bolt, I lose. But based on everything I've seen out of their deck so far, I'm pretty sure the Lightning Bolts are in their sideboard. We draw another Diamond. Honestly, very good. Alright, so we'll make 2 black. We'll play the first one. They let it go. We'll play another. Okay, so now I'll play Chrome Mox. I think the plan is we're all in on Runehorn Hellkite here. Imprint the Burning Wish. Chrome Mox. We'll imprint Tendrils of Agony. Play the Verdant Catacombs for turn. And then I'll make 3 red. The question is, do I want to make more mana with this Lion's Eye Diamond? Because I'm dead, so the only upside is holding it for a potential Echo of Eons. I feel like holding it for Echo is probably fine. I'll activate the Runehorn Hellkite. What a Hellkite, by the way. Force, 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 double Consign to Memory Daze. We draw 2 more lands. I don't love that. Let's try a Brainstorm. Get rid of 2 lands. Play Dark Ritual. There's 3 Consign to Memories in their graveyard. So I could just try to gamble here for the main deck Tendrils. I think I like that line. They'd have to have the 4th Consign to Memory. We'll select Tendrils. We discard a Lotus Petal. I will cast another Brainstorm. I believe I've played the Verdant Catacomb, so I can't play Boseiju here. I'll get rid of the other gamble. We'll try a Veil of Summer. See if this resolves. Storm is 9. They Brainstorm in response. They get that Surveil in. They kept a card on top. Interesting. Veil of Summer on the stack. They Force of Will, exiling Murktide Regent. Gets rid of the Scalding Tarn. There's 1 Consign to Memory. Am I really supposed to play around it here? Cast Tendrils. Turn 12. And we win the match 2-0, beating the Delver legend Sylvia Wataro. 1-0 to start off this Legacy League. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. They support over 30 formats, including Legacy and many other Eternal formats. There are so many options to view decks the way that you want, from text view to individual cards, mana value, and even card price. There's also light mode and dark mode. My personal favorite feature is card tags. This way you can sort cards by function. Moxfield supports collection tracking, Scryfall search, decklist feedback, and so much more. Follow me on Moxfield.com so you can stay updated on all of my decks. Welcome to match number 2. We're on the draw versus the jig is always up. And according to their Goldfish history, they play everything from lands to Doomsday. Izzet Delver? I'm not really sure what they're playing today. That said, Runehorn Hellkite is very good against 2 of those decks, Doomsday and Izzet Delver. If they're on lands, Hellkite is still a wheel, but, I mean, Flooded Strand, they're probably not playing wheels. But we do have to find a Lion's Eye Diamond for this card to work. I mean, in theory, it looks like it's Doomsday. I could try to, like, Brainstorm Surveil. Okay, they have the turn 1 Doomsday. We're in trouble. Lion's Eye Diamond is by far our best draw here. Ooh, I don't love this. Turn 1 Doomsday. Our opponent has created the revealed zone. There's 1 Force of Will, 2 Force of Wills, 3 Force of Wills, 4 Forces. It looks like they do not have Force of Will. There's 1 days, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. So it looks like they have no interaction in hand, unless they have a main deck Force of Negation. So if I can find Lion's Eye Diamond, I believe we win. From Mox, that's not going to get the job done here. Alright, we'll pray that Brainstorm finds it. Search out Underground Sea and cast Brainstorm. Beseech the Mirror. I believe that does win. Alright, so we'll put back 2 lands, play the Lotus Petal, Mox Opal, Chrome Mox. No, I'm not going to show them the dragon when I don't need to. And now I'll cast the Beseech the Mirror with Bargain. Assuming that this resolves, we grab Tendrils of Agony. And Doomsday loses. Here we go. Love it. We got away with one. I'll take it. Going into game 2, I don't think we want anything from our sideboard. The issue with bringing in Carpet of Flowers is that it's a card that rewards you for the longer the game goes. And we're facing a deck that can turn 1 you, turn 2 you. Doomsday is going to bring in 4 copies of Force of Negation, which will slow them down. So I do like Carpet. It's just, if they have a fast start, Carpet is particularly embarrassing. So they also play, some lists play a basic Swamp, some don't. So the question is, would you rather have Carpet of Flowers or Mox Opal? And I think Mox Opal is just more consistent, so I'm going to choose that. Game number 2 on the draw, this seems reasonable. They have a Polluted Delta. We find Gamble, that's a good draw. Because next turn we could theoretically gamble for Lion's Eye Diamond. They fetch with the Polluted Delta, probably grabbing their own Undercity Sewers. And they do. They kept a card on top. Flooded Strand. We'll fetch. They have 6 cards in their hand. We'll grab the Commercial District. I think I want the Sewers. I'm just going to play the Sewers here. Lotus Petal's a card I want. We'll pass. So they haven't done anything yet, so the odds that they kill me next turn are pretty slim, but it is possible. Like, they could end up Brainstorm here into, like, Dark Ritual Doomsday, and then I'm dead. But I think I'm supposed to just be patient and wait for my window. Not play into Flusterstorm or Daze or anything like that. Here it is. Doomsday. So if they have a cantrip, I am likely dead. I could have played the Thoughtseize, I am well aware. That said, Brainstorm likely would have hid the key piece anyway, so I'm not sure how much that actually mattered. Any like Ponder effect should kill me here. I guess they would need another land for Ponder to kill me, but a Street Wraith or Edge of Autumn definitely kills me. Force of Negation, Force of Negation, Force of Negation, Force of Will, Force of Will. So it looks like they're passing here. Pretty stacked. Like, from what I'm seeing is that their hand must have 2 forces in it. We'll play the Underground Sea. And we'll try a Thoughtseize. Double Force and Consign to Memory. That's problematic. We'll take the Consign to Memory. So we win if our opponent is foolish and doesn't counter the gamble. Otherwise, we're probably dead. They're thinking about the Lotus Petal. Play the Opal. And they should counter the gamble, but a lot of people are like, that card stinks, I'm not going to do it. Also, it looks like our opponent's playing Null Rod. That is wild. We'll play gamble. Also, note how our opponent this game operated off of 1 land. This is why Carpet of Flowers isn't great here. So they Force of Negation, exiles the Tameo, And I should be dead, assuming that they just built like a cycler pile, but I'm going to make them kill me. There's no point playing my Beseech the Mirror into Daze. Street Wraith, and then they fetch and play Thassa's Oracle. Yep, that'll do. A lot of interaction there. So the question becomes, do I want Beseiju for Null Rod? I'd probably have to board out a couple copies of Mox Opal. I think it's likely the move. We'll try it out. Game 3, we're on the play. So we have a Veil of Summer. I'm just worried that this hand isn't very fast, but they are a deck with a lot of interaction post-board, so I'm going to keep. They take a mulligan. We'll play Verdant Catacombs and pass. They have 6 cards. Underground Sea. Duress. I'm going to attempt a Veil of Summer here. It could get hit by Daze, which would be really bad for us, because it also takes away my blue mana for the Brainstorm. I'll play Veil. Resolves. Okay. 5 cards in their hand. Hellkite. So if I could find Diamond, we're in a good spot. We'll play the Commercial District. I do not need a third Beseech the Mirror. Play out the Lotus Petal, and we'll pass the turn. They play Thoughtseize. I think I'm going to respond here with the Brainstorm. I don't want them to see the Runehorn Hellkite, but it looks like that might not matter because I am now Brainstorm locked. Ay. We are in trouble. Alright, we'll put back Runehorn Hellkite in the Dark Ritual. The only way I think I win this now is if our opponent, their hand is all interaction. Like realistically, I think that's it. They take the Brainstorm, we'll just draw and pass. Dark Ritual. If this is a Doomsday, we're in trouble. Yep. So if I were them, I would have put a bunch of lands into my pile. I don't know what they did, though. So I will use the Beseiju here and hope that it buys me some time. They find an Underground Sea. We're going to draw the Dragon, which doesn't even save me anymore, but I think you have to do the... They have an End-Step Brainstorm. I think you have to use the Beseiju there. Realistically, I think the only way I win is if our opponent messed up and didn't put more lands into their pile, even though they knew that I had Beseiju. Let's see. And they did. That is a Thassa's Oracle, so my Brainstorm sort of betrayed me here. I had the decision on turn 1 on whether or not I should Veil of Summer, and I felt like I should, but then our mana didn't really work and we ended up losing. So that's a bummer. It happens. You're not going to win them all. And also, Doomsday is a tough matchup. Like, they have 8 forces, they have Thoughtseize, Duress, Daze, Consign to Memory, 2 Null Rods. This is not a matchup that I would expect to win, but it's one I'm always happy to win, but we didn't get this one. So we're 1-1 with 3 matches left to go. Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $15.99. This token combo pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens featuring classic Storm and Mana tokens with new inclusions such as our modern Ruby Storm package, but that's not all. Our token pack covers a variety of formats from Pauper to CDH with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game. Round number 3 on the draw, we've opened up an unkeepable hand. We will send it back. Their Goldfish history has a lot of Grixis, Reanimator, and Modern. Maybe they're playing Reanimator here today in Legacy, I'm not sure. But we're going to keep this one and bottom the Gaia's Will. They play a Misty Rainforest, Dark Ritual. I will Thoughtseize them. You could, in theory, Thoughtseize yourself and set up an Echo of Eons, but that doesn't seem appropriate here. Looks like they're on Sneak and Show. I'll take the stock up, pass the turn. They grab a Thundering Falls. Not an easy league so far. I mean, Sneak and Show and Doomsday are not decks where I really want to pair into them. They play the Ancient Tomb, which I don't agree with if you're going to Brainstorm. You should Brainstorm first so that way if you find a fetch land you can shuffle. But they did keep a card on top with the Thundering Falls. 4 cards in their hand. We don't necessarily know what they are due to Brainstorm. We find a Mox Opal. I think we need to cast this Brainstorm. Here we go. Yikes. That was not particularly good. So I have to put 2 back. Next turn I could hardcast Echo. That's really it. Alright, I have to pass the turn. They play Scalding Tarn, still 4 cards in hand. Lotus Petal. So now they have enough to go sneak attack into Atraxa. So if I had the ability to Echo of Eons last turn, it probably would have resolved. There's the sneak attack. And now they activate it. They'll put in Atraxa. Atraxa triggers. No Force of Will, but they did find Lotus Petal Flusterstorm. That's disappointing. So now they'll attack. I go to 10. They should play their Lotus Petal here. They do. Okay. So I have to play into the Flusterstorm. Don't really have a choice. Exile the Runehorn Hellkite. We'll play Lotus Petal. The Mox Opal. Dark Ritual. And we'll hardcast Echo of Eons. Storm is 5. I expect that this is going to be hit by Flusterstorm. Surprise, surprise. And we'll pass. Next turn, I'll draw the other Echo of Eons that we brainstorm back. So we know that we're having a dead draw step. But the game plan is that next turn, assuming I'm not dead, I can flash back the Echo of Eons. They play a Scalding Tarn and Ponder. Would like to see a shuffle off this Ponder. They did not shuffle. They activate the Sneak Attack. And that'll do, Pig. Alright, so we lose game number 1 to Sneak and Show. Once again, not really a Carpet of Flowers matchup. They can operate off of 1 land Ancient Tomb, so it's not really what you want to be doing. We will just resubmit. On the play for game number 2. Really? So technically it's a turn 1 win if we want to disrespect our opponent and assume that they keep a hand that just does nothing. So you would Chrome Mox and print the Echo, Lotus Petal for Burning Wish, grab Beseech the Mirror, Dark Ritual, the 4th mana, bargain away the Chrome Mox, and then you have Lethal. I'm going to keep it. It's going to feel really bad when I get countered by a Force of Will, but I don't think you're supposed to send this back. We'll play Lotus Petal, and another Chrome Mox, imprint the Echo of Eons. We'll cast Burning Wish. It resolves. I will grab Beseech the Mirror. I will now cast the Dark Ritual off of Lotus Petal. Storm is 6. Long pause here. I mean, if you have a Force of Will, you can just counter the Beseech the Mirror, so this doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but they're pausing. And now I'll cast the Beseech the Mirror, bargain away the Chrome Mox. Storm is 7. We'll grab Gaia's Will. Storm is 8. That resolves. We'll play Lotus Petal. Again. Chrome Mox. And now I'll play another Dark Ritual. And Beseech the Mirror, bargain away the Chrome Mox. Moment of truth. Looks like we're going to win game number 2. Little bit lucky. Our opponent did not open Force of Will, Force of Negation, Surgical Extraction, or Fairy Macabre. Alright, and now we're forcing a game 3. I don't believe we're supposed to change anything. I'm going to just resubmit. Very good hand. We will keep. This is a turn 1 Runehorn Hellkite. Scalding Tarn. They have 6 cards. Echo. Okay. We'll play the Lotus Petal. Lion's Eye Diamond. And now we'll fetch. Grab the Underground Sea. Cast Dark Ritual. And now I will gamble. And if it resolves, I'm going to go grab the Runehorn Hellkite. And it does, so we'll grab the Runehorn Hellkite. And then I'll make blue and red. Activate the Runehorn Hellkite. Leaving Grixis mana floating, 1 of each. They had Flusterstorm and never used it. Okay. We'll play another Lion's Eye Diamond. So here I can try to double Echo if they have a Force. Diamond on the stack. Dark Ritual. I'll make 3 blue. Flashback Echo of Eons. 5 mana floating. Hopefully this resolves. They fetch in response. For a Volcanic Island. And another Flusterstorm. So now if they have a Force of Will, they can counter the other Echo, and then we probably lose. The Yield to All button just doesn't do anything. Like, I'm clicking it, and you'd think that all of the copies of Flusterstorm would just be countered. Alright, now we'll flash back this one. Storm 10, 2 mana floating. Ooh, it resolves. Oh my, did we actually spike? We need Dark Ritual to resolve now. No, they're going to Force of Will. No. Oh, brutal. Bummer. If I had 1 more mana, I could have thought seized first. Unfortunate. Well, we have to pass. We were so close to winning this match. They play a Scalding Tarn. We'll play Undercity Sewers. Keep the Brainstorm. And I think I'd like to Thoughtseize here. They exile the Ponder to their Force of Will. Another Flusterstorm. They must be playing a lot of them. Okay, we will pass. They have 4 cards in their hand. They search out Thundering Falls. Prevails away in Atraxa. That means that they have a creature in their hand somewhere. Now they Brainstorm. I've used 2 Echoes, which means that the one in my hand is the last one in the main deck. I will play Brainstorm. They have 4 cards in their hand. Okay, that could have been better. So I'm not really sure what I'd like to do here. I could try to gamble for a diamond, but I'd have to imprint the Burning Wish. Like, I definitely don't want this Tendrils. Like, that can go back. And then maybe the other Chrome Mox. So I'll play the Chrome Mox and print Burning Wish. And now I'll gamble. Storm is 3. They're pausing on the gamble, so they probably have something here. Another Flusterstorm. Okay. I can't pay for it off of Dark Ritual. I can only make 3 mana. I have to pass. So I could hardcast the Echo next turn. I believe I'm drawing the Chrome Mox. They have 3 cards in their hand. 4 with their draw step. They find Show and Tell. Okay. And that is going to kill me. So we'll play the Chrome Mox. So I need to win this turn most likely. We'll play the Opal, Dark Ritual, and hardcast the Echo with no mana floating. I suppose I need to make blue mana. Can't just pay 6 generic. Alright, Echo on the stack. So I could go Veil of Summer, spin again. I think that's probably my best move here. We'll play the Taiga, play Lion's Eye Diamond, attempt the Veil of Summer. Alright, we'll make 3 blue, and hopefully we get a perfect 7-card hand. That was not a perfect 7-card hand. Ugh. Believe we've lost. So they're going to attack. I have to sacrifice my 6 permanents. Next turn I can play Commercial District and lose. Bummer. We were so close to winning this match. Our opponent had the foresight to counterspell the Dark Ritual, and that was the difference maker. So unfortunately we're 1-2, but it was a close match. Let's try to get match number 4. The Gold Sabertooth times the Epic Storm collection has arrived with 3 full-size tokens showcasing the beloved Dark Ritual, CDH Rogsai, and Legacy of the Epic Storm for just $5. On the backs of these tokens, there's a place for my signature or a custom message. In addition to these sweet tokens, a friendly reminder that all orders that ship from theepicstorm.com also come with a signed Storm token from yours truly. Match number 4 on the play. No clue what our opponent's playing. This does not seem very good to me. Well, maybe it's fine. I don't know. If they're on a blue deck, this hand ends up being okay. It's just I don't love the double Chrome Mox, but maybe it's fine enough. You do have like Veil of Summer and a Beseech the Mirror, assuming that you can draw Dark Ritual. Or if you find a Lion's Eye Diamond, you have Runehorn Hellkite. So I think I'm going to try this out. Play the Verdant Catacombs and we'll pass. So they are a blue deck. Mishra's Bauble. So it looks like Izzet Delver. We'll fetch and go grab a Surveil land. The Undercity Sewers, Mox Opal, technically a mana. I think we keep it. Because it means any black card is my 3rd black for Beseech the Mirror. We'll play the Taiga and pass the turn. Our opponent plays Flooded Strand and fetches Quarry Steelcutter. Now they play another Mishra's Bauble, so they get to create a monk with prowess and haste. The clock is on. I would like a Dark Ritual, please. Commercial District, not the same. Alright, we'll play it. Don't need a Burning Wish, that can go to the graveyard. We'll pass the turn. I'm running out of time here. They play Preordain and a Dragon's Rage Channeler, so this creates another monk, and now they can attack for 4. Or they have an Urza's Bauble, so now it's actually 6. I might not, if I don't win on my turn, I might not get another turn. So they're attacking for 6 next turn. They have bare minimum another 6. Plus, you know, prowess triggers and stuff, so I'm likely dead if I don't do something here. Gamble. Let's start with the Veil of Summer. They force a will, exiling a Murktide Regent. Okay, they have 3 cards in their hand. So I have a line that is a deterministic win that loses to Daze, because I could gamble for Dark Ritual, and then I would need to not discard Dark Ritual or Beseech the Mirror. I could gamble for Diamond and Runehorn Hellkite. Maybe that's the line. Hopefully I discard. I guess showing them the Runehorn Hellkite off the discard isn't great. I would need to not discard the Opal either. So I think, like, realistically, I probably lose the Daze either way. Because if I discard the Beseech the Mirror, I actually can't. So should I just take the higher upside line of potentially winning the game instead? I mean, I definitely lose the Daze. Like, I can't solve that. So I think I'm supposed to take the higher upside line. We discard a Chrome Mox, so I'll play this one. And then we can imprint the Runehorn Hellkite, play the Dark Ritual on the stack. So this is a deterministic Beseech the Mirror win, assuming that they don't have any interaction, which is asking for a lot. And they do have the Daze. And they made another monk, so I lose game number 1. Just needed more mana. Our draw steps were not very fortunate. So here we'll bring in the Carpet of Flowers and the Besage Who Endures, get rid of the Mox Opal, and submit. No easy matchups this league. No lands, for example, or, you know, the energy decks. Game number 2 on the play. I mean, you're asking a lot of brainstorm here, but a playable hand will keep. Underground Sea, and then I'm going to maiden phase the brainstorm. This plays around Pyroblast, but also Daze. Land Carpet, I love that. We'll put back Gamble Burning Wish, or actually, let's do Gamble Brainstorm in case the Surgical Extraction on the Brainstorm. They play Polluted Delta, Volcanic Island, and a Dragon's Rage Channeler. Okay. So they have 2 types in their graveyard for Delirium. They draw back up to 6 cards. I will fetch and we'll search out Taiga and then play the Carpet of Flowers. And then maybe play a Brainstorm. Carpet on the stack. They Force of Negation, exiling Force of Will. Wow. Interesting. They get rid of a Corey Steelcutter. And then I'll just Brainstorm again. If they want to Daze, feel free. Wow, that was very good. Okay. We'll put back the Burning Wish and Badlands. So we have a Protected Wind next turn. Wasteland. Grafdigger's Cage. Wow. Okay. That's not good for me. So I can still Beseech the Mirror. It's just I can't Guy's Will win. We'll play Dark Ritual. Play Dark Ritual. And then Beseech the Mirror with Bargain, getting rid of the Lotus Petal. And now we'll grab Song of Creation. Play the song. And now I will Veil of Summer, which triggers the Song of Creation. Okay, land Chrome Mox, not the worst. We'll play the Verdant, and I'll fetch for the last untapped land. Or no, we don't have another untapped land. So I guess I'll grab Undercity Sewers. Prevail away the Dragon, which, by the way, plays around Grafdigger's Cage. Because this is just an activated ability, you're not casting a spell from the graveyard. Well, this Echo is casting a spell from the graveyard, so I'll imprint. And then we'll play Diamond. 2 mana floating. Alright, it looks like we fizzled. But next turn I can Runehorn Hellkite. Pass the turn. And we discard our hand. They fetch with Scalding Tarn or a Corey Steelcutter. Gets rid of a Wasteland. They play Urza's Bauble. This will trigger the Corey Steelcutter. And now they attack for 3. Sure. They did not use the Urza's Bauble. We'll play a Dark Ritual. Trigger the Song of Creation. Play Scalding Tarn. And we have 1 fetchable left. We'll go search that out. Commercial District. Surveil. Keep the Burning Wish on top. We'll play Thoughtseize. This draws into the Burning Wish. And a Gamble. Take their Daze. And now I can play the Burning Wish. Draw 2. Say yes. I can go grab the Void Snare, which allows me to unlock Echo of Eons. Bounce the Grafdigger's Cage. Play the Lotus Petal. Trigger. Another Burning Wish. Not quite lethal yet. I can play the Beseiju as a land for the turn. And then let's Brainstorm for Storm. And that's the win. So I'll play the Dark Ritual. Lion's Eye Diamond. Play the Lotus Petal. And Beseech the Mirror with Bargain. Sacrifice Chrome Mox. And now we'll grab Tendrils of Agony. Target you. Alright, so I mean, we've taken game number 2 from Izzet Delver. Now we need to get game 3 on the draw. Game number 3, we've opened up a beautiful hand. We'll keep it. I'd like another land. Well, it's hard to be upset with this. Like, this is a strong hand. They play a Mishra's Bauble, and now Urza's Bauble. We reveal Burning Wish, and they draw up to 6 cards. We draw another Chrome Mox. I'll play the Beseiju Who Endures. Play out a Chrome Mox. This way the Carpet of Flowers doesn't get hit by Daze. And now we play Carpet. It resolves, and I will pass the turn. Honestly, the way that this game played out, I would have been very happy with a Mox Opal, because it could have been a turn 1 protected Burning Wish with Veil of Summer. They play a Polluted Delta, Mishra's Bauble. They use the Mishra's Bauble, and they're just going to sit on their fetch lands. Sure. You draw Beseech the Mirror. I'll just pass. If you're not going to do anything, we don't either. And now they're going to fetch out Volcanic Island, Volcanic Island. Is this an end-step bounce spell for the Carpet? Brazen Borrower? It is. I would like to Veil of Summer this. I would like my Carpet to stay in play. And if they force this, I have the ability to then replay the Carpet. And because like if I try to replay Carpet, I won't have Greed available for the Veil of Summer. So it's not a line that seems very good to me. They play a Ponder. They shuffled 6 cards in their hand. They play a Misty Rainforest. Draw Scalding Tarn. I'll make 2 red. No, let's do 2 black. I'll play the Scalding Tarn. And let's Thoughtseize. Daze, Hydroblast, Pyroblast. So they're just dead to Beseech the Mirror? Okay. Take the Daze. So if I fetch for a black mana here, it's just Beseech the Mirror for guys will kills them. We'll grab Underground Sea, I suppose. Play Chrome Mox. Imprint the Burning Wish. Lion's Eye Diamond. Make some mana here. We're going to hold priority, and then when we Beseech the Mirror, sacrifice Chrome Mox, and let's make 3 black. We'll grab another Beseech the Mirror. Bargain, sacrifice the Carpet of Flowers. And now we'll grab Gaia's Will. We'll play the Carpet of Flowers. Play Lion's Eye Diamond. Play Chrome Mox. No imprint. We'll make 3 more black. Thoughtseize again for fun, because we can. Take the Pyroblast. Beseech the Mirror with Bargain. Sacrifice the empty Chrome Mox, and we'll grab Tendrils of Agony. So we've beaten Izzet Delver twice, and then we've lost to Doomsday and Sneak and Show. So I think our sideboard is doing what I would expect, if I'm being honest with you. I know a 2-2 record right now doesn't seem amazing, but Carpet of Flowers is very good against tempo decks. It was previously Spider-Punk, and Spider-Punk is better against decks like Sneak and Show and Doomsday, but it's not very good against Dimir Tempo, or this deck where we saw Hydroblast, for example. So the question is, what should you be building your sideboard to beat? Is it Dimir Tempo and Izzet Delver, or is it Doomsday and Sneak and Show? I'm willing to bet that in this post-ban world, the tempo decks are more popular. This league, we happen to face 2 blue-based combo decks where we didn't really have a sideboard. And that's a little tough, but also that's Magic, and sometimes you lose. So we're 2-2. I would like to win match number 5. Stick around and find out if that happens. The best Legacy podcast? That would be Eternal Glory, featuring myself, Bryant Cook, alongside Brian Koval and Phil Gallagher. We're available on all major podcast platforms and YouTube. Hey everyone, match number 5. Our opponent hasn't really joined the game. They only have a minute or so left before they time out. I was looking up their deck on Goldfish, and it turns out they play a lot of Cradle Control and or Elves, green decks. A good matchup. That said, they haven't joined yet, so we'll see if they do. If not, this league's going to finish, with a sad, realistic 3-2 but 2-2 record. Where we did beat the tempo decks we looked to beat today using Besage and Carpet of Flowers, but we lost to 2 blue combo decks. Quick wins backed by Force of Will and a lot of Fluster Storms, so that was a little disheartening, but we'll see if this person joins, and they don't. So we went 3-2. Unfortunate. I would have preferred to play match 5, even if it's against a positive matchup. I think the deck list was fine. If you have ideas on what I should be doing in order to make those blue combo matchups better, I'm willing to listen. Like, if you think that I shouldn't be playing Carpet of Flowers and instead I should be playing Spider-Punk, let me know. That said, I do feel like Carpet of Flowers looked reasonably good in this league, so it might be a tough sell for me. The next time I record, I'll probably have the Boomerang Basics in my sideboard because I believe Avatar will be released by then. But that's all I've got for today. So put your feedback on the deck list and the Epic Storm in Legacy in the comment section down below. Pizza, thank you for the donation deck. I really do appreciate your support. And everyone, thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. And as always, keep storming. What you should do is like, comment, and subscribe because there's no better way to support us. And if you enjoyed this video, head over to moxfield.com and follow us there. It's truly the best deck website on the internet. We update all of our decks there regularly with the latest and greatest technology, so you're always up to date. Once again, go check out Moxfield, and thank you for watching.